The stars shone brightly over the Galactic Council's grand chamber, each light reflecting off the metallic walls of the massive space station. Aliens of all shapes and sizes moved about, their voices echoing in a language humans could not understand. The Council had gathered to discuss the humans, a species they believed could be easily controlled. For centuries, no human had dared enter the space of the Council. And now, they were here. Small, sleek ships moved silently through the station's docking bay, engines humming softly. The Council members watched from their seats, their many eyes wide with curiosity and suspicion. "Is this them?" One alien whispered, a deep voice trembling with uncertainty. Another hissed, "I thought humans were primitive, weak, yet here they come, unafraid." A third, taller than any human, leaned forward and said, "They don't even look nervous. This is unusual." The humans disembarked from their ships, walking in straight lines, shoulders held high, eyes calm and steady. No one on the Council had expected this. The humans did not bow, did not plead, and did not show fear. Instead, they simply stood, observing, waiting. The air in the chamber grew tense. Whispers and hisses filled the room. Aliens turning to each other, trying to understand these creatures. Council leaders began discussing amongst themselves, debating what to do. "This is not normal," said a small green-skinned member. "They should be intimidated by our presence, our power." Yet the humans did not move, did not respond. The Council elder, a massive alien with 4 arms and glowing blue eyes, raised his voice. "Humans, you are here, and the Council welcomes you. But we have terms, demands, rules that you must follow," he said. He expected the humans to hesitate, to bow, to beg for mercy. Instead, the humans stayed silent, calm, and steady. One human stepped forward, a woman with sharp eyes and a confident stride. She looked at the Council and smiled faintly. Her voice was clear as she spoke. "We are here to listen, not to obey," she said. The Council murmured in shock, some aliens falling back in surprise. No human had ever spoken to the Council like this, and the silence after her words was heavy, tense. The elder's glowing eyes narrowed. "You misunderstand. Humans, we offer guidance, cooperation. If you accept our terms." Another human, a man with broad shoulders, stepped forward. "We do not accept any terms that limit our freedom or our rights," he said calmly. A gasp ran through the Council, and even those who had seen thousands of alien delegations were stunned. The humans were not afraid. They were not weak. They were bold. Ships hovered near the chamber windows, showing power, shining lights, signaling threats silently. Council members whispered furiously among themselves. Do they even know what they are refusing? Some thought this was arrogance. Others saw courage. The humans did not move, did not flinch. Minutes passed like hours, tension growing with every heartbeat. Finally, the elder spoke again, his voice deep and shaking slightly. "You are humans. You could be crushed, erased. Yet you refuse our terms." The woman looked at him, eyes steady, voice calm. "We refuse because we will not compromise our principles," she said. A silence fell over the chamber, heavier than ever. No one knew what the humans would do next, but one thing was clear. These creatures were not ordinary. The Council called for a pause, retreating to discuss in private, their arguments loud but their eyes always on the humans. The humans did not speak during the pause. Instead, they observed, calculated, waiting. Some aliens were visibly nervous, exchanging glances, unsure what these humans were capable of. Even the Council's strongest members were hesitant, their usual confidence shaken. Outside the chamber, human ships glided silently in formation, engines humming softly, ready for any sudden move. Inside, the Council members debated fiercely, the words growing louder. some threatening war, others suggesting negotiation. But the humans remained calm, the calm before the storm, the calm that made everyone uneasy. For the first time, the council realized that humans were unpredictable, clever, and not to be underestimated. The woman stepped forward once more, her voice carrying across the chamber. "We are here to talk, to be understood. Not to surrender," she said. A hush fell again, heavier than before, the council unsure of how to respond. One member whispered, "Perhaps we have underestimated them. Perhaps humans are more than we thought." The humans stood, tall and confident, showing no fear, no weakness, only quiet strength. And so the first meeting ended, not with an agreement, not with submission, but with awe and uncertainty. The Galactic Council would never forget this day, the day humans arrived and refused every expectation, every demand, every rule. The Galactic Council reconvened after the humans' unexpected silence, tension thick in the chamber. Aliens of every shape and color argued loudly, their voices echoing off the walls. Some demanded action, others feared the humans, unsure how to handle creatures who refused fear itself. The council elder, his forearms crossing over his chest, bellowed, "Enough. Bring the humans forward again. We will make them understand that refusal has consequences." The humans returned, their steps steady, expressions calm, eyes filled with quiet confidence. No one bowed, no one flinched, and every member of the council felt a chill run down their spine. "Humans," the elder began, his glowing eyes scanning them like a predator sizing prey. "You have refused our guidance, our terms, and our rules. Do you even realize the danger you bring upon yourselves?" The woman with sharp eyes stepped forward, her voice clear, cutting through the room like a blade. "We understand perfectly," she said calmly, "and we still refuse." Murmurs ran through the council, disbelief and anger mixing in a chaotic hum. "This is impossible," shouted a tall, insect-like alien. "No species has ever dared to say no to the council." The humans did not respond. They only waited, their silence louder than any words. Another human, a young man with a quiet intensity, added, "We refuse because our freedom is not negotiable. We do not bend to threats, and we do not fear power alone." The elder's glow flared, his voice rising like thunder. "Do you mock the council? Do you think your small species can survive our judgment?" The humans remained unshaken, their calmness unnerving. The woman replied, "We do not mock. We show respect for dialogue, not for domination." The chamber grew tense, the aliens whispering among themselves, some fearing that their usual strategies would fail. Suddenly, holographic images appeared in the air, displaying fleets of council warships, weapons ready. It was a silent threat, a show of unimaginable force. Many council members expected the humans to panic, to kneel, or to beg. Instead, the humans glanced at the fleet, then at each other, and exchanged slight nods. Without fear, without hesitation, they remained poised, as if the threat meant nothing. The elder leaned closer, eyes narrowing. "You defy us, humans, yet you do not tremble. Do you have no understanding of power?" A human man, voice steady, replied, "We understand power. We also understand that true strength comes from unity, courage, and wisdom, not intimidation." The words hit the council like a storm, alien whispers rising into shouts of disbelief and awe. An elder from another species, scales glinting under the chamber lights, hissed, "How can they be so fearless?" The humans did not answer directly, but their quiet confidence spoke louder than any words. A small alien with multiple eyes muttered, "Perhaps humans are not like other species. Perhaps they are beyond our calculations." The council's usual confidence cracked, doubt spreading like wildfire among its members. The woman with sharp eyes raised her hand slightly, signaling peace yet firmness. We do not seek conflict, but we will not surrender our principles. Any attempt to force us will meet resistance. Not out of anger, but out of necessity, she said calmly. The council members felt an unfamiliar tension, an uncertainty they had never faced before. Whispers turned to arguments, and arguments turned to fear. Some council members argued for negotiation, others for immediate action. The humans stood silently, watching, calculating, showing a patience and intelligence that unnerved everyone. Even the elder, the most powerful being in the chamber, felt a flicker of doubt. Then, unexpectedly, one human stepped forward, raising his voice slightly. "We will not fight unless forced. We will not submit unless our rights are ignored. But we will act decisively if threatened. The choice is yours, not ours," he said. The council fell silent, the weight of his words pressing down like a physical force. Minutes passed, stretching into long, tense moments. The elder finally spoke, his voice quieter, almost thoughtful. "Perhaps we have misjudged humans. Perhaps their strength is not in their weapons, but in their courage and unity." The humans nodded slightly, their calmness unwavering. And in that silence, the council realized something terrifying yet undeniable. Humans were not ordinary. They were bold, unpredictable, and unwilling to bend to fear or intimidation. The session ended with the council retreating to debate in private once more. The humans left the chamber, not in defeat, not in fear, but in quiet triumph. For the first time, the Galactic Council had met a species that refused to obey. And for the first time, they were unsure what the humans would do next. The shadow of suspense hung over the chamber like a storm cloud. The council members whispered, uncertain, wary, and awed. Humans had refused every demand, challenged every expectation, and the universe had just begun to take notice. The Galactic Council could not shake the memory of the humans' refusal. In the quiet halls of the chamber, whispers turned into heated arguments, some calling for negotiation, others for intimidation. The elders' glowing eyes scanned the reports from the observation decks, and each note confirmed one truth. The humans were fearless, calm, and calculating. "Bring them forward again," the elder commanded, voice firm but tinged with uncertainty. The humans returned, their movements steady, eyes alert, yet relaxed. Every council member felt a strange unease, a creeping sense that these humans were unlike any species they had faced. The elder spoke. "Humans, the council requires compliance. We cannot tolerate refusal, and we expect you to reconsider." A human with short hair, voice calm yet strong, replied, "We have considered. Our position is clear. We will not compromise our principles." A murmur ran through the chamber, disbelief mixing with rising tension. To test the humans further, the council displayed their might. Holograms of massive battle fleets filled the air, ships bristling with energy weapons. The floor trembled slightly as the council activated energy shields within the chamber. Some aliens whispered in excitement, expecting humans to flinch, to panic, to beg for mercy. Yet the humans did nothing but observe, eyes steady, posture firm, calm under pressure. The elder leaned closer, trying to find fear, any sign of hesitation. "What do you think you can do against the full power of the council?" he demanded. The humans did not smile. They did not flinch. Instead, a woman stepped forward, voice clear. "We do not rely on fear or weapons to define our strength. Our power lies in strategy, intelligence, and unity." The words echoed through the chamber, leaving council members uneasy, questioning their assumptions. Then the council escalated the test. A holographic simulation showed a full-scale attack on human ships. Energy beams lit the air. Explosions painted the chamber walls. Some council members leaned back, waiting for humans to react, expecting panic. But the humans analyzed the simulation silently, eyes moving swiftly, calculating options, predicting outcomes. A young human man raised his hand, pointing at the simulation. If this were real, we would not fight blindly. We would maneuver, outthink, and protect ourselves while seeking a solution, he said. The elder's eyes narrowed, a hint of worry breaking through his usual pride. No other species had ever met a threat with such calm intelligence. Even the strongest council warriors felt doubt, realizing humans were not only brave but clever. To push them further, the council activated subtle psychological tactics. Delusions of human worlds under attack, whispers of internal betrayal, shadows that seemed to move on their own. Most species would crumble under this pressure, confusion and fear paralyzing them. But the humans remained steady, scanning, observing, and calmly analyzing. They exchanged small signals, silent communication that the council could not read. Their unity, their coordination, was perfect, a silent force stronger than any weapon. Council members began to murmur, some in awe, some in fear. "This is beyond anything we expected," hissed one, scales trembling. "They are not just fearless, they are untouchable in their resolve," said another. Even the elder, usually so confident, felt the weight of human determination pressing upon him. It was clear the humans could not be intimidated by strength alone. Then, in a moment of daring, a human woman stepped closer to the holograms, her hand raised. She said, "Threats are only as strong as the fear they create. You wield power, but we wield will, intelligence, and unity." Her words were soft, but carried a force no council member could ignore. The chamber grew silent, each alien feeling the truth of what she said. The humans were testing the council as much as the council was testing them. The elder finally spoke, voice low and thoughtful. "Perhaps we misjudged them. Their courage is not blind. It is calculated, precise, and unshakable." The humans nodded slightly, acknowledging the understanding. They were not here to dominate, not here to surrender, but here to prove that humanity would not be controlled. The test ended, but the tension remained, thicker than before. Council members retreated to secret chambers, debating endlessly, unsure what to do next. Humans left the meeting silently, confident yet calm. They had shown their strength without aggression, their courage without fear. And the council now realized the humans were not just another species to be managed. They were a force unlike any other, clever, united, fearless, and impossible to predict. As the human ships departed the chamber, whispers followed them. "Perhaps the galaxy has underestimated humanity," one alien muttered. "And perhaps we will pay for it," another added, voice trembling. The shadow of suspense hung over the council like a storm about to break. For the first time, every member knew the humans were not to be taken lightly. And the universe would soon see that the bold refusal of a single species could change everything. The Galactic Council's chambers were in chaos, voices rising, arms waving, tentacles twitching. The humans' calm defiance had shaken the very foundation of their authority. No alien could remember a species standing so boldly against their demands. And yet, here they were, humans who neither bowed nor flinched, refusing every rule, every demand, every expectation. Council members argued furiously, some demanding immediate action, others warning against rash decisions. "We cannot let them continue like this," shouted a tall, insectoid alien, wings trembling with anger. "They must be taught obedience, or they will disrupt the entire galaxy." Another, a pale, slender alien with glowing eyes, hissed, "Patience. Rushing now will only prove their point. We must find a way to break them psychologically, make them bend without destroying them." The elder, glowing with deep blue light, raised his 4 arms to silence the chamber. "Enough," he said, voice steady but shadowed with doubt. "Humans are unlike any species we have faced. Their courage is unnerving. Their intelligence exceeds expectation. And their unity cannot be broken by threats or fear. Whispers ran through the chamber as aliens glanced nervously at each other. No one had ever spoken like this before, acknowledging humanity's strength. The council decided to convene a secret session, a private meeting of the most powerful members. Holograms flickered in the air, showing human fleets, human strategies, human behavior. Some argued for war, others for diplomacy, and still others for subtle manipulation. But all agreed on one thing: the humans could not be ignored, underestimated, or controlled. Meanwhile, the humans remained silent observers, their calm confidence unshaken. They knew the council was frustrated, knew their every move was being watched. And yet they did nothing rash. They did not fight blindly. They did not plead. Their strength lay in patience, intelligence, and quiet calculation. Inside the secret chambers, tempers flared, accusations flying like sharp blades. "They are too bold," shouted one alien, scales rattling. "They refuse every demand, every suggestion. If we let them go, they will inspire rebellion. They will show others that defiance is possible." A smaller alien, wings quivering, replied, "We cannot attack yet. Violence now will only unite them further. They are too clever, too unpredictable, and too united to be crushed by force alone." The elder remained silent, deep in thought, his glowing eyes scanning the holograms. For the first time, he felt the weight of uncertainty pressing down upon him. Humans were not merely strong or clever. They were a force of nature, fearless, patient, intelligent, and unwavering. Outside the chambers, whispers of the humans' defiance spread like wildfire. Some council members wondered aloud if humanity's boldness was a threat to the balance of the galaxy. Others admired them secretly, marveling at the courage and unity they had displayed. But all knew one truth: the humans could not be underestimated, not for a single moment. The council debated, the arguments growing louder and sharper. Some proposed new negotiations, subtle offers to test human morals. Others suggested intimidation, shows of power, strategic threats, and a few even whispered of war, a full-scale strike to force submission. Yet even in these heated discussions, doubt lingered, gnawing at their confidence. Meanwhile, the humans observed silently, knowing the council's frustration was part of the plan. They did not provoke. They did not challenge openly. They only stood, united, showing calm resolve, letting the council's own doubts work in their favor. Finally, the elder spoke again, voice low and thoughtful. "Perhaps the galaxy has underestimated humans. Perhaps we have assumed that fear and power alone can command obedience. Yet here we see that courage, intelligence, and unity surpass intimidation. We must reconsider our approach carefully, or we risk underestimating them further." The humans, standing together, exchanged small, silent signals. They knew the council's frustration was growing. New tension was high. Yet they remained calm, prepared, and ready. The council's internal conflict only proved one thing: they had already gained the upper hand. Not by fighting, not by threats, but by refusing to be intimidated, refusing to be controlled. As the session ended, council members departed with uneasy expressions, some fuming with anger, others whispering warnings, all aware of the humans' unwavering resolve. Outside the chamber, human ships glided silently, engines humming softly. They had not made a single move to provoke or attack, yet their presence alone had caused unrest among the galaxy's most powerful beings. And in that silence, tension hung thick, a storm waiting to break. The council had begun to realize that humans were not ordinary. They were clever, bold, patient, united, and impossible to predict. The galaxy would never be the same. And the shadow of suspense grew, for the next move could change everything. The chamber of the Galactic Council was quieter than usual. Tension hung in the air like a heavy fog, every member acutely aware of the human's presence. The council had spent hours debating, planning and worrying. And yet, the humans remained calm, composed, and seemingly untouchable. The elder rose from his throne, glowing eyes scanning the humans. "You have defied every demand, refused every term. We have tested you, intimidated you, and yet you remain steadfast. How is it that your species possesses such unity and courage?" The woman with sharp eyes stepped forward, her voice steady and calm. "Because we value freedom, integrity, and life itself. Our strength does not come from weapons, or fleets, or threats. It comes from our unity, our intelligence, and our will to act when necessary," she said. A silence fell across the chamber, heavier than any tension before. The council members whispered among themselves, their voices low, some fearful, some in awe. "This is not merely defiance," hissed a scaled alien. "It is strategy. It is intelligence beyond our expectation." Another alien nodded slowly. "And it is unwavering, a strength that cannot be broken by intimidation." Then, without warning, the human man with quiet intensity raised his hand. He activated a holographic display, showing simulations of potential conflicts, strategies, and solutions. The simulations revealed that humans could counter nearly any attack the Council could make, not by sheer force, but by intelligence, clever tactics, and coordinated action. Council members gasped, realizing that humans were prepared for every possible outcome. The elder's glow dimmed slightly, a flicker of doubt crossing his face. "You planned for every scenario?" he asked, voice low, almost incredulous. The humans nodded, calm and composed. "Yes, and we hope conflict will not come. We prefer dialogue over destruction, yet we will act decisively if forced," the woman said. Her words resonated in the chamber, leaving every alien unsettled. Then came the moment of truth. The humans made their final statement. They spoke not of threats, but of hope, unity, and understanding. They reminded the Council of the galaxy's diversity, of the importance of cooperation. Yet they refused to compromise their principles, refusing every unfair demand, every coercive term. Their confidence, intelligence, and moral strength left the Council stunned, unsure how to respond. A younger council member, wings trembling, whispered, "Perhaps we underestimated them. They are not like other species. Their strength is not in power alone, but in courage, unity, and intelligence." The elder's forearms lowered slowly, and he regarded the humans with new respect. The humans had not fought with weapons, but with their presence, their mind, and their will. And it was more powerful than any fleet, any weapon, any threat the Council could wield. Outside the chamber, the human ships glided silently, engines soft but powerful. Council members watched, realizing that these humans could not be controlled, could not be intimidated. The galaxy had witnessed the rise of a species that refused to bow, refused to submit. And yet, they had done so without unnecessary violence, without aggression, only with calm confidence. The elder finally spoke, voice heavy but thoughtful. "You have shown us that courage and intelligence are as important as power. You have reminded us that the will to act rightly can surpass fear. We will respect humanity, and the galaxy must now recognize your strength," he said. The humans nodded slightly, acknowledging the respect without arrogance. They had won not through destruction, but through unity, bravery, and cleverness. As the humans departed the chamber, the Council remained silent. Some whispered warnings to one another, others shook their heads in disbelief. But all knew one truth: humans had triumphed, not by weapons, not by threats, but by being true to themselves. And for the first time, the galaxy realized that humans were a force to be reckoned with. The human ships disappeared into the stars, engines humming softly, leaving behind a legacy of courage, intelligence, and unity that could not be ignored. The Council would never forget this day, the day a species refused every demand, defied every expectation, and left the galaxy forever changed. And as the stars shimmered around them, the humans knew this was only the beginning. For the universe had taken notice, and humanity had proven that no force, no power, and no council could ever dictate the path of a free and united people. The echo of their defiance and triumph would resonate across galaxies, a reminder of what courage, unity, and intelligence could achieve. And so, humanity had triumphed, not with fear, not with violence, but with something far greater. With the strength of heart, mind, and unity, leaving the Galactic Council forever in awe. And the universe had learned, for the first time, that humans were not to be underestimated.